Graduates and guests, please stand for your senior officers of the University of Liverpool.
Please be seated, everyone. I declare this congregation for the celebration of our graduates open. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm Chris Sanderson. I'm the Postgraduate Dean for the Faculty of Health and Life Sciences, but more importantly, today, I'm the presiding officer for your graduation. So it's wonderful to welcome you all in person. We're only a year late, but never mind. Better late than never. So, as you can see, we're not totally back to normal yet. We're not in the Philharmonic, but in some ways, this is better. It's smaller, but it's friendlier. Most importantly, it's shorter. You won't have to sit there for 2 hours, I promise, clapping. It'll be about 30 minutes once we get to the main event. Because time has passed since you finished, it's also a wonderful opportunity for you to meet old friends. And I hope you enjoy the day meeting up again. So it is your special day. You all look amazing. How do you feel? Feeling excited? A little bit nervous? Me too. But never mind, it's just us, okay? You're surrounded by friends and family, so just relax and enjoy the day. It's your special day, and you should enjoy it. It's always a pleasure for me to teach and supervise students, so it's a special pleasure, even a privilege today, to be here to see you graduate, finally, and to be able to share that special day with your family and friends and with some of the staff who supported you during your time in Liverpool. As you can tell, many years have passed since I graduated, but I can still remember the feeling of achievement, pride that I felt on that day, but I had it easy, to be perfectly honest. I just had to do my degree. You've had to do a degree and deal with a pandemic. And that's not been easy. So, your course may well have had to change at the last minute. You may have had to do projects that you never intended to do. And, that was a real challenge. But somehow, together, we adapted. And you succeeded. You did succeed, and you should be proud of that. That ability, that resilience, and that ability to adapt are key skills, vital skills, that will be important to you as you go on into your new careers, and actually in life as well. So, today will be a day of mixed emotions. Many of you will already have left university. So some parents, many parents, may give a sigh of relief because all that stress of exams, anxiety, that's all behind you. But really, they're giving a sigh of relief because they think that you're now going to go out and earn lots of money. Well, parents, I can speak from experience here. I'm absolutely certain that they will all go on to great things. But also, somehow, we still end up paying for the phone, and for the car, and probably the rent as well. What can I say? They're worth it, really. But unfortunately, they know that. So be careful. Okay. So we have with us today, actually, a broad collection of students from different subjects. I think I counted something like 14 different courses, degree courses, undergraduate and postgraduate courses. So quite a mix here today. But the one thing that we all have in common is that we're all scientists. And I think it's worth just thinking for a minute, what does that mean? Let's just reflect on what that really means for us. So, Peter Medawar was a brilliant scientist. He's a Nobel laureate. He got his Nobel Prize way back in 1960 for work on acquired immunological tolerance. So basically, he was a person who worked out that for tissue rejection, it was an immune reaction that was a problem, and it wasn't just inherent genetic differences. And that opened the way for successful organ transplantation, and obviously that's saved millions of lives. So he was a brilliant scientist, but he also wrote many really brilliant essays and books. And he had a really simple statement, simple but typically insightful statement about what a scientist is. And I'll paraphrase, but basically what he said was, some people think of scientists as people who answer questions. But a scientist is a person who seeks out questions. And that's right, really, when you think about it. It's good to have the skills, the knowledge, to be able to do an experiment, get a result. But the real skill is being able to ask the next question, because that's the point at which you start to explore the unknown. That discovery process is the thing that makes science so exciting. And that's true no matter what you are studying, no matter what area you're working in. That discovery process is really the thing that keeps people interested and keep people working. It's so exciting. So many of you will already have gone on to do very different careers, started in very different careers. Some of you will have no doubt continued to do masters or PhDs. Others will have gone on to postgraduate medicine, vets, into industry or teaching. It doesn't really matter. They're all really important because there are many different ways in which you can contribute to the different challenges that face our society and contribute to answering tomorrow's problems. So there's many different ways in which you can do that. So, as I said, some of you will have gone on to do postgraduate studies, and some of you will have chosen to stay with us in Liverpool. And that's fantastic. We like that. We like our students to come through and grow with us. Others will have chosen to go to other universities. And that as well is a fantastic opportunity for you. So what I would like to say to all of the graduates is, remember, your degree is not just a qualification. It is a ticket, a passport that will open doors all over the world. And I strongly encourage you to take advantage of that opportunity, especially while you're young. So you can go anywhere, you can do anything. So take that opportunity and do. So we're here today, really, to celebrate your success at the University of Liverpool. But we should also take this opportunity, it's a good day, to look forward, to think what lies ahead. And in science, it's actually difficult. It's actually difficult to know what the challenges will be in 5-10 years' time. I'm not joking now. I'm getting old, but I'm not that old yet. But when I did my PhD, people were still trying to work out what was inside a human cell and how it worked. And we knew about DNA, but we couldn't really do very much with it. And equally, we didn't know really how to find a gene, okay? Fast forward 10 years, and I was setting up my own research group on a Genome campus in Cambridge. At the time when they published the first draft of the human genome. And that fundamentally changed the way we think about biology and, in fact, the way we think about human disease. So it took them years to do that. And it cost $3 billion to generate that first sequence of the human genome. And actually, that is $1 for every base in your genome. And now these days, we can sequence hundreds of genomes in a matter of hours, and it will probably cost a few £100. That advance has opened up the door for personalized precision medicine. The right drug in the right patient at the right time. And that, has fundamentally improved the way we treat patients. So in a relatively short period of time, there's been a massive evolution in what we can do. So, new technologies, access to more big data, more information, artificial intelligence, the ability to not only read our genome, but to edit it, to go in and correct mutations. How will that change our lives in 10 years' time? I don't know. I can guess, but I really don't know. But what I do know is that as scientists, you have the skills and the knowledge to now go and ask the right questions, the important questions that will allow you to contribute to whatever stage of that process you find most interesting. So, a few words of advice. Never be afraid to ask the difficult questions. They are the questions that we need to answer. Never compromise your integrity or your honesty. Always be willing to share your knowledge and experience with others. Most important, never stop learning. There's always something else, something new that you can learn, and you can always improve. I'm still learning. I'm not sure I'm improving, but I am still learning. Maybe that's because I don't remember anything, but anyway. You can always improve, so do keep learning. Just before we actually get to the main event, I want to give the students an opportunity to do a bit of clapping as well. I want you to show your appreciation first to your family and friends for their support during your studies. So, come on. And also, let's thank your teachers and the people who've supported you during your time in Liverpool. Thank you. So, all of the students here will know the Victoria Building. For parents, that's the tall building in the middle with the clock tower. And on that building, there's a plaque. And on that plaque, it says, "For the advancement of learning and ennoblement of life." Now, I know that we have advanced your learning. So it's up to you to go out there and ennoble life. So you've got the skills and the knowledge to make life better for yourselves, but also for others. So go out there and ask the right questions and make a difference. Most importantly, remember us when you make your first billion. We're always happy to put up another plaque which says donated by. And I'll make you a promise now. If you pay for the building, we'll pay for the plaque. Okay, so basically, I wish you all success in everything that you do. So thank you very much. We're going to go now to the main event, which is why we're all here. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you. So, I now invite Professor Mike Speed, Dean of the School of Life Sciences, to present our graduates from the class of 2021.
Professor, it gives me tremendous pleasure to present to you the following graduates from the class of 2021. Eleanor Senior. Sean Hammond. Wesley Stephanie Laura. Sophie Louise Penman. Maud Fard Samet Sam. Charlotte Elizabeth Chong. Jordan Thomas. Thomas William Leather. Kaylee Maria Gallagher. Sumarat Mandan Keshwara. Ben Andrew Middlehurst. Samuel Prendergast. Stephanie Pui Lam Mo. Juhi Gupta. Vivekananda Sarkar. Navika Naika. Rail Nyankando Mauti. Peter Ivory. Helen McGee. Iona Christina Kojukaru. Kinga Stobieska. Joseph Smethurst. Harry Diss. Fushina Bako. Yikwai Du. Sana Javed. Max Alexander Martin Cadogan. Alexandra Langdon. Neve Owen. Sophie Louise Bolton. Katie Louise Edwards. Amelia Francesca Pavlovska. Rebecca Janet Charnock. Lucy Rose Driver. India Jane Sutherland. Luke Abley. Victoria Emma Louise Brock. Joseph Aaron Matthews. Kieran Tom Romaine. Samuel Royal. Callum Suttle. Miles Smithies. Robert Crawford. Amir Hamza. Katie Elizabeth Allen. Charlotte Ragg. Eleanor Victoria Ann Saville. Callum David Francis Finney. Lucy Elizabeth Williams. Helen Ellsworth. Abigail Tickle. Angharad Williams. Neve Conlon. Beatrice Overend. Kelly Henriquez. Hannah Lucy MacArthur. Robert Stephen Street. Thomas Findler. Riley McMahon. Firouz Haidari. Alexandra Glover. Rhiannon Johnson. Emily Harries. Josephine Shepherd. India Latham. Matilda Jagger. Just wait for it. Jack Jones. Joshua Carr. Toby Jones. Caitlin Ovens. Lewis Helsby. Lauren Rebecca Hagan. Yasmin Carter. Yen Chen. Sakim Sheikh Samad. Craig Neil Green. Georgina Lester Mosley. Alice Ivy Ibbotson. Jessica Anderson. Catherine Jackson. Shauna McCallion. Clara Rose Milroy. Caroline Sophie Latham. Emily Jade Lowry. Daniel Adam Harris. Samuel John Hudson. Nisha Maria Chauhan. Madeline Charlotte Lewis. Rosie Pierce. Jada Britton. Haven't written it down. Sorry, I'll start again, I beg your pardon. Oliua Funmito Ewo. Nia Keris Oldfield. Andrew Frimpong. Susan Wayfarer Gitau. Mayor Wordsworth. Sophie Smith. Elsie Lawrence. Lucy Bunker. Faye Baldwin. Jemima Hare. Lillian Rose Frostick. Anna Neve Mulvey. Thank you. Grace Rosetta Anderson. Freya Tarn Chapman. Sophie Rutledge. James Anthony Hardacre. Laura Beth Potts. Emily Gargan. Ellis O'Connor. Neve Gallagher. Kuram Bharti. Lizzie Eddy. Abraham Gilbody. Benjamin Bradley. Katie Rose Pullard. Michael Fernandez. Amelia Hankinson Wake. Eloise Radley. Lawrence Rhodes. Connor Lord. Alicia Danielle Fleet. Alice Hodgson. Chloe Flynn. Katie Sweeney. Abigail Clark. Charlotte Trott. Megan Ellen Kerridge. Samuel Cray. Gracie Jean Rigby. Flora Melody Keats. Samuel Nathan Buck. James Walridge. Isabella Caitlin Eves. Shuhishu Yao. Abbas Ali. Henry McIntyre. Kelly Rose Wozenitska. Sorry. I apologise. Kelsey Rose Wozenitska. Charlotte Olivia Pitt. Amy Dorothea Lashko-Sayers. Holly Whitehead. Kei Shi. Thank you. Huan Wai Mek. Hong En Fong. Ria Christine Denston. Christopher Larkin. Rhys Williams. Siobhan Margaret Patton. And Mohammed Adlan.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Okay, everybody. Now I get a chance to sit down because we have the pleasure, I think, of a student who's going to come and give us their sort of reflection on their student experience. So could I please invite Navika Naika to the podium.
Professors, distinguished guests, friends, family, and fellow graduates, I'm honoured to be giving this speech today in front of such an impressive audience. From the lecturers who've inspired me throughout my degree, the students I've worked with along the way, and all those who have suffered the stress of exams and deadlines along with us. I would like to start by congratulating my fellow students. Although it seems like the pandemic is all we have talked about during the past 2 years, it is impossible to ignore. Completing a degree is no easy feat, and finishing one in the shadow of a pandemic is all the more remarkable. Every single graduate in this room has worked tremendously hard to get here today, despite lockdowns, awkward Zoom calls, and trips to Tesco being the only social outing. I hope you all allow yourselves to take pride in what you have achieved and use this as proof that you can accomplish all that you set out to do in future. With both my mum and dad as teachers, I saw firsthand how frustrating it was to have to teach from home. So I would also like to thank all the staff involved in our journey to this point, especially after moving completely to online learning. Your positivity, support, and guidance was invaluable during a time when motivation was at its lowest for many of us. Studying at Liverpool has motivated me, created interest in subjects I never knew existed, and more significantly, imparted the knowledge that there is so much more out there to learn. Although, may I point out to all the lecturers and professors, the easiest way to be a great teacher is, of course, to have excellent students. I've been equally supported and challenged academically throughout my degree, and without that, I highly doubt I would have the confidence to be giving this speech here today. In fact, I enjoyed my time at Liverpool so much that I outright ignored my parents' burning desire for retirement and applied for another 5-year degree in veterinary medicine, which I started last September. No speech would be complete without mentioning the city of Liverpool itself, for welcoming me and the hundreds of students that get to call it their home away from home. Growing up, I always thought the only way to succeed was to exhaust myself revising. However, throughout my undergraduate years, I've learnt the importance of a good work-life balance, and Liverpool was the perfect place to do it, being such a vibrant and friendly city, from its famous concert square to the World Museum. Also, I would specifically like to extend my gratitude to the University Mental Health Services for assisting all those who needed a little extra help, myself included, and for reminding us that we are people first, then students. My degree has felt like both a short and very long 3 years. Long because of the 9 a.m.s, 6-hour lab sessions, and 30-page research articles, often written in the most convoluted form of prose possible, but short due to the lasting memories and friendships made. Looking back, though, it is the latter that comes to mind first. Some of the highlights for me were trips to the farms on the vet campus, as I've always loved being around animals, finding it to be particularly calming. This unfortunately wasn't always the case, however, as whilst attempting to catch a sheep, I learned the hard way that they are deceptively strong. So I suppose it's a good thing I plan on going into small animal medicine. This cohort represents a variety of ethnicities, sexualities, cultures, and backgrounds. However, it is widely known that the STEM field is much less diverse. When moving on in your journeys, whether continuing in your chosen area of study or not, don't underestimate your ability to make a change. Emulate all that the University of Liverpool has taught us and build on the foundations developed here by confronting the underrepresentation of different races, genders, and abilities whenever you can. Help others gain a similar sense of pride you hopefully feel today as a Liverpool graduate by helping them obtain a seat at the table. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2021. Being almost a year after finishing our degrees, many of you have already started on the next part of your journey, whether in a new job or delaying proper adult life and undertaking postgraduate studies. I want to take the opportunity to wish you the very best of luck for the future. It is exciting to think what we may achieve in a few years as alumni of the original Red Brick University, and I hope whatever it is brings you fulfillment and happiness. Thank you.
Thank you, Navika. Wonderful. I'd just like to pick up on some of the really important points that you included there in your speech. First of all, I'm really sort of happy that you're still learning, that you've continued on to do vet studies. Good luck with the sheep wrestling. Watch out for the bull. Okay. Don't feel too guilty about your parents. Retirement is overrated. I don't think any of us are going to be able to retire anyway in the near future. But I agree with you. It is easy to teach good students. I'd go a step further. I'd actually say it's a pleasure to teach a good student. And that's true, absolutely true. Finally, I want to pick up on the point that you made, really, that university is not just about passing exams. University education is about a lot more than that. And I'm pleased, well, in fact, I hope that despite the pressures of your studies and despite the constraints of the pandemic, that all of you at some point managed to enjoy the many and varied pleasures of life on the Mersey Riviera. And keep those fond memories, with you for the rest of your life, and keep the friendships that you've made with you for the rest of your life as well. So thank you again for that wonderful speech. Thank you. Now, unfortunately, we have to bring the ceremony to a close, which means I have to try and say something in Latin, which I don't do. But anyway, this is what it's meant to mean. It's meant to mean, may the university prosper, and with this prayer, we rise together. So, I declare this congregation for the celebration of our graduates closed. Salve sit universitas nostra, quod precantes consagamus. Most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day, and everyone have a safe journey home. Thank you very much.
Graduates and guests, please stand.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of our celebration this afternoon. Thank you very much. Don't forget, there is a glass of bubbly at the Manford Hall waiting for you if you haven't already taken advantage. But whatever you choose to do this afternoon,